What's good, y'all? This is Bone from letsmusictalk.com here on YouTube. I got a special cook-up today, man. It's a K-pop, R&B, trap type beat. I mean, I have to mix in 3 different genres with all different elements. The good thing is K-pop uses a lot of different genres from EDM, pop, trap, hip-hop, rock, indie, and folk. And the list does go on and on and on and on. They have a great unique sound. For several years now, they've been kind of on the mainstream. So let's just get this one started with the guitar melody that I laid down first to set the tone of this beat. We popped off into FL Studio, so now I'm going to show you the making of this beat. First, that guitar that I recorded. And then I recorded another guitar on top of that to give it more width, depth. I added a little bit of ambience with these pads. Now I've consolidated everything into audio, basically all the different sounds that I had. Only thing I haven't committed yet is most of the drum, and I do that for many different reasons. I haven't sold this beat yet, so if a client comes into the studio and wants this beat, let's just say they want the drums differently, or I gotta arrange the drums differently around their vocals, but we'll get into that later. Then from there, I added a bass line. And I kept this simple for the most part. I think in the beginning and then a couple other parts I kind of switched it up just a little bit to add more of a rhythm to it. But I basically followed the 80-20 rule when it came to bass, but I don't want to get into music theory today, so we're just going to keep it light and simple for you guys. Next, I added this vocal chop from splice.com. They have tons of stuff that you could just chop up and just put into your beat. This just fit well. Alright, and then we're just gonna add, I added in a rim shot, the snap, and the hi-hat comes a little bit later in the intro. Then I wanted to add in my drums. I did get a little bit more into depth into the drums, so I just have your regular kick drum. I got a rhythm drum that goes throughout the song. I will play that when it gets to that part. A different clap, a couple of different perks, tons of sounds to add ambience in the background. So let's just start the beginning. I added this vocal in here because I wanted to see how I envision an artist would sit on this beat, and I grabbed these vocals off splice.com. That's a great place where you could add vocals to your beats. And if you're not going to add vocals from like splice.com or other websites, then add your own scratch vocal so you can, where you envision the artist is going to sit in the beat, and you're also going to tell a lot about your beat, like balance wise. So that is important. Or if you're making this beat for artists as you go along, you know, 95% of my beats are done with an artist or a client in the studio, so I'm able to use their vocals right then and there. Just say, hey, I just need a scratch vocal from you real quickly, and I just kind of keep it in there while I'm making the beat and punch it back in and out, because I like to just know where the balance is going to look in the long run. Not paying too much attention to it, but I just like to get that idea, because if they're more on the lower end, if I have too much stuff that's heavier on the lower end, it's not going to balance off the top end, and vice versa. You know the whole drill. So let's go to this rhythm guitar. It gave that EDM effect, that pumping effect, you know, it just, and kept it poppy. if that's even a word. I know I say a lot, and I say that a lot in my videos. Then the actual melody, I switch it on and off, or sometimes I add more depth to the melody with these bells that are in the background. And then I added like another EDM-ish kind of texture with this synth. Here goes the bells. Then I added these perks, like I said before. These kind of filled out some of the spaces in their toms, and it just kind of fit everything. So let's play the tom section. That doom doom da da doom. Give that live drum effect. For transitions, I have this snare that's in here. Nice little snare roll with a whole bunch of wet effect onto it. It just made it the transition just came out beautiful that way. And then it goes straight into like a tape rewind effect. Bringing out the best of me, 'cause I know the rest of me is destiny. It's time to shine, bringing out the best of me. And then I got a simple sweep riser transition, like a cymbal, reverse cymbal. This part right here, I actually kind of sidechain the kick drum, the rhythm drum, and the kick to the bass, and I turn it up by automation, and so it gets that EDM pumping louder effect of the bass, and so it keeps that same rhythm that I already had going with the rhythm drum. And you'll see it right here. Another cool feature that I did was this vocal chop. I use what is called the trance gate, and it just adds, I don't know, you just gotta hear it to understand what I'm talking about. So let's hear it in the context of the mix. So this is called a trance gate. It is made by Kilohertz, which is part of the Slate Digital plugin bundle. You can set this trance gate to do, you know, a ton of different things. On these plugs, another plugin, a very slept on plugin, is spaced out. Listen to this synth right here, the difference that it makes with this plugin. It just filled it out. It gave just like that K-pop vibe that I was looking for. I don't know, the GUI is not working. I think they have some bugs in their VST3, but it doesn't affect the actual effect of the plugin. Just the actual graphic interface sometimes is buggy. So this is why you're not seeing it like in motion. For anything goes in music wise, you should always use your ears first. So a visualization is just a bonus, but you should always use your ears anyways. That's my recommendation. Not a rule, but just a better way of doing things, or to fall into a better habit. And this is with the plugin on. It just fit that same rhythm of the whole song. It kept going, but remember, it just wasn't one instrument. I used a ton of different instruments. I got that rhythm drum. I have this synth that I'm playing that has that same kind of vibe, and then you'll also notice at times the hi-hat takes over. Okay, so this is the tape stop that I used. Now usually I wouldn't throw a tape stop on the master bus, but because it's just the beat making process and I haven't even mixed the beat or even gone to the master, I just threw it on for now because I want to know where I'm going to be putting it once I get these files all rendered down. Because that's the best way to do it. A tape stop that's going to affect the whole song, in my opinion, too. So you remember that's that trance gate that I used after the tape stop, followed into that same snare roll that I showed you guys earlier. It just added a great, you know, transition. I just added more elements, building of the song up into this trap part where I envision a rap artist getting on here. So this is going to be like a collab beat for somebody that can, you know, maybe somebody singing the pop song part and they have a trap beat artist or a rap artist or something on here. And that's just the way I envisioned the song. Does it have to be like that? No, it doesn't. But that's just the way I envisioned it. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to what I have so far. I do thank you guys for joining me. If you're interested in more videos or how-to videos, whether it's pop, trap, R&B, I'm coming out with a ton of tutorials. I also gonna have plugin reviews and things like that. For those that have already been subscribed to the channel, I'd like to thank you. And for those that haven't yet, you know, what are you waiting for? Peace.